Hey family, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt. If you're new here, welcome. Remember to stay till the end of the video for more information about the giveaway on this channel. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, turn on the little bell to get the latest updates on when I'm going to upload. Follow me on Instagram, the link is below. Let's jump in. So there's this channel on YouTube called CNBC Make It. And basically what they do is they just kind of go over a lot of different money strategies and different information that's really cool and good to learn about, right? And basically they have a millennial money section, which is pretty cool. So basically there's a bunch of videos where they talk about, okay, this person lives in this certain city, they make this amount of money, and then this is how they spend it, and this is how they budget, and this is what their lifestyle is. So it's really kind of cool. So what I'm going to do starting now and in the future is I'm going to do reaction videos to each one of their videos about like this person making X amount of money, living in the city, you know, doing whatever. So it's kind of cool. So we'll kind of go back and forth. So we'll go, you know, a reaction video for Millennial Money. Then we'll go back to some content. Then we'll go back to over here. Then we'll talk about some other stuff, right? So we're going to kind of go back and forth. And I'm going to throw in this. And also, in the future, I want to do what I spend in a day. Basically, I'm going to review those videos and reaction. And maybe, honestly, I might make my own too. So I'll do like reaction videos to what do I spend in a week in Los Angeles, or what do I spend in a week in New York, or what do I spend in a week in wherever. And then we'll do like what I spend in a week maybe, and then we'll do like reaction videos. And then there's this other thing going around where they try to figure out like how much money the person makes. So they'll do like an interview and say, okay, what do you think? So I'm going to guess how much the person makes and like what do they do and why and stuff. So that'll be another future video. So that'll be kind of like reaction. So part of this channel will be reaction videos. There'll be quite a few of those, but then we'll kind of jump back and forth between content, reaction videos, and just kind of a bunch of different stuff. So I'm really excited. Let's go to the computer to get started. Okay guys, so she's a 32-year-old that lives in New York and she makes $50,000 a year.
No one taught me about money. I graduated high school, I went to college, I took out student loans.
Well, that makes sense. Usually people don't teach you about money, and you usually learn about money from your parents, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad.
Thinking that was the right thing to do, and that's what you did to get ahead in life, and that was a huge mistake that no one told me was a mistake.
Yes, student loans, no good. Remember that.
I'm Alicia Kennedy, I'm 32, and I make $50,000 a year.
Okay guys, so let's guess at what type of work she's in. I'm thinking maybe something in the creative field. Maybe she's like an English teacher, or maybe she's an art teacher or something like that. Or freelance writing, who knows? Maybe, we'll see, let's see.
I live comfortably in New York City.
I was right. She is a freelance writer and editor specializing in food and cocktails.
I was a full-time copy editor at New York Magazine for about 6 years, and I was about to turn 30, and I realized that I wanted to be a writer and pursue that full-time, and I wanted to work in food, and I decided it was my last chance to make a rash.
Good for her. She took a chance. She went from the corporate world, said, you know what, I'm going to go chase my dream, and she did it. So good for her.
In my life when I was 29, and so I did it. I quit, I cashed out my 401k.
Ooh, guys, don't cash out your 401k. Lots of penalties and fees that come along with that. Okay, so her rent is $2,350 a month, and she pays $1,000 of it. So because she probably has roommates, which is smart. Okay, so her total expenses are $2,415. It was like the phone, her student loans, the gym, cheaper than my gym. Mine's $20, hers is $15. Not bad, not bad.
I definitely learned that I care more about my quality of life than the quality of my bank account. When I talk to people who might be miserable in their full-time jobs, I do feel a little bit better about my choices to be so unstable and have such an unpredictable life. My 401k, because I've always worked in media and magazines, was so paltry that I think I left with $7,000 after like 6 years. because there was no matching.
Okay, so she left with $7,000, so that probably means she didn't put that much money in. I would recommend putting it in when you're young, because the younger you start, the more money you will have in the long term.
In the minimum amount, because I was in my 20s, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just like, I need my money. Basically, it bought me some time to be a writer. That's why I cashed it out. Whatever is left over gets saved. My bank, I do automatically have transfers from my checking account to my savings account every month, which is like, it does $150 a month automatic.
Well, that's good. At least she has some type of muscle to save every month, so that's a good thing. Good for her.
And that's great because I don't like thinking about money.
Oh, she hosts a podcast? Well, that's pretty cool. Good for her. I want to do a podcast someday.
This is Meatless, a podcast about eating. I'm Alicia Kennedy, a food and drink writer. I'll be having conversations with chefs and writers about how their personal and political beliefs determine whether or not they eat meat. This show will ask the question, how do identity, culture, economics, and history affect a diet?
It looks like she's pretty ambitious. She got a lot going on. Podcast, her food blog, and then she's looking at a book proposal. Good for her. She got a lot of different things going on. Multiple streams of income.
My first year as a freelancer, I was completely shocked by how much I owed in taxes. I owed about $5,000, and I hadn't predicted that. My dad did do
The taxes snuck up on her. Usually in business, you have to pay them by yourself quarterly, so it kind of gets a little hairy and kind of confusing. So it's good to have a good CPA. You know, at regular jobs, they just take the taxes out for them. They take the taxes out for you, but when you're a business owner, you have to do it yourself, and it kind of gets a little bit more complicated. But nothing too bad. She'll get a hold of it.
This year, I paid my state taxes myself. I do give money away, which I so hard not to. I baked for a bake sale for Righty Sis Texas. I try in every way possible to donate money as much as I can. People don't like to talk about money because it's uncomfortable on either end of the spectrum. I talk to a lot of fellow writers, especially freelancers, about money because rate transparency in our industry is so important. I try to bring that kind of transparency to the rest of my life, both with friends.
Hey, that's good. We should talk more about money because we need to know how to manage it, how to spend it, how to save it, you know, how to plan for our future and build a legacy and some wealth for ourselves. So, good thing to talk about money. Let's normalize it, guys. Let's definitely do that.
With colleagues and with everyone, because I just think the stigma around money is bad. I should be much more conscious of how I am going out and spending money because I write about food and develop recipes and all sorts of things. Like, I'll go to the farmer's market and I can spend $30 on mushrooms. That's not a good way to spend money, but that's how I spend money because that's what's important to me. I've learned to not be afraid of money and to be honest with myself about how much I have, how much I owe, and how I can go about making myself more comfortable with that knowledge.
Alright guys, so takeaways from the video. Number one, she does have a budget, which is good. And also the other thing is, number two, she does live lower means, so she has a margin in her budget to save money and do what she wants, and it looks like she's doing what she's passionate about, so that's really cool. The two things I would say for her to improve on is try to get the student loan debt paid for. It'll increase her monthly cash flow. And number two, I would start investing again if I were her. She was investing in the beginning when she opened a 401k, but then it seems like she stopped after a while. So I would do that. So those are my main takeaways. Alright guys, so that was kind of fun. I'm excited to do more of these. There's a lot on the internet, so I'm going to do these throughout. I'm going to do these kind of on and off, you know, throw them in there every other video or whatever. We'll kind of see more of these coming in the future. Alright guys, so there's a $100 Visa gift card giveaway on this channel. Remember to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Instagram. The link is below. Let's get to 1,000 family members. And one of you beautiful people will get a $100 Visa gift card. So, fun. Okay, guys? Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Remember to continually work to become the best version of yourself, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.